The Great Patriotic War began on June 22, 1941, and became a severe test for the entire Soviet Union. Kazakhstan, being far from the front line, made a huge contribution to the victory by supplying the front with soldiers, food, and industrial products. From the very first days of the war, as mobilization began, since a large part of the USSR territory was occupied by the enemy, the eastern regions, including Kazakhstan, became the main source of human resources. During the war, more than 1,200,000 people were mobilized from Kazakhstan. This means that almost all adult men went to the front. In fact, every fourth resident of the republic took part in the war, either at the front or in the labor army. Military units were formed on the territory of Kazakhstan and then sent to the front line. The most famous of them was the 316th Rifle Division, named after Panfilov, formed in Almaty. Other rifle and cavalry divisions were also created. After short training, they took part in heavy battles near Moscow, Leningrad, and Stalingrad. The home front also played a very important role. During the war, Kazakhstan became a major industrial center. Factories and plants were evacuated here, new enterprises were built, and coal, metal, and oil were extracted. All this was necessary to supply the army with weapons, equipment, and ammunition. Due to the lack of men, most of the work in the rear was done by women, teenagers, and elderly people. Women made up almost 50% of industrial workers. Teenagers aged 14-16 worked at the factories, and in agriculture even children were involved. Production did not stop for a single day. Agriculture was also of great importance. Kazakhstan supplied the country with food and grain. Sawn areas were expanded despite the shortage of machinery. Women mastered the professions of tractor drivers and machine operators, replacing men who had gone to the front. A separate page of the war history is the labor army and the fate of special settlers. Germans, Chechens, Ingush, and other people were deported to Kazakhstan. They worked at construction sites, factories, and mines under very difficult conditions, contributing to the common victory. The losses of Kazakhstan during the war were enormous. More than 600,000 people were killed or went missing. Almost every family suffered losses. Thus, Kazakhstan made a significant contribution to the victory in the Great Patriotic War, both at the front and in the rear.
The military museum in Astana presents tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery from different historical periods. This exhibit shows the development of military technology, engineering solutions, and the role of armed forces in protecting the country and national security today overall.
The soldiers of the 316th Division were armed with standard infantry weapons of that time. These included rifles, submachine guns, and simple but reliable equipment used in close combat. Such weapons played a key role during defensive battles, especially in the Battle of Moscow.
The Great Patriotic War showed the courage and strength of many heroes. Many soldiers from Kazakhstan bravely fought at the front and defended their homeland. Heroes such as Bojan Molmosheva, Manchuk Mametov, and Alia Mutagulov became symbols of bravery and self-sacrifice. They fought fearlessly and gave their lives for peace and freedom. To honor those who died in the war, people built memorials. One of the most important symbols is the eternal flame. The eternal flame presents eternal memory, respect, and gratitude to the soldiers who never returned from the war. It reminds us that we must remember the past and value peace. We honor the heroes of the Great Patriotic War and will always remember their sacrifice.
The courage of soldiers and the selfless labor of civilians became an important part of the overall victory.